Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today I will present salient Sharia issues in the contemporary application of Musyarakah, focusing on the issues, causes, problems, solutions and finally a short conclusion. Musyarakah is a partnership involving two or more Islamic parties who invest capital into a business and share the profit on a basis of an agreed percentage, but they share loss on the basis of their capital contribution. It is more commonly seen in business enterprises and Islamic financing. The first issue is unequal risk sharing. The cause of this issue is that banks often shift most of the risk to customers instead of sharing them fairly. For example, customers may bear risks such as default, maintenance costs, and market risk, even when the bank still has ownership on the asset. The problem with this practice is that it contradicts the Sharia principle of risk sharing, which is a core element of musyarakah. In Islam, profit cannot be earned without bearing risk. When risks are not shared fairly, musyarakah loses its ethical value as a partnership contract. For the solution, the cost and risk should be distributed in proportion to ownership. Banks must genuinely bear risk based on their share in the asset to uphold Sharia principles. The second issue is that musyarakah mutanakisah resembles a conventional loan. The cause of this issue is the use of fixed monthly payments and the limited exposure of banks to actual asset risk. Although the contract is structured as a partnership, the payment structure often looks similar to interest-based loans. The problem is that this creates Sharia compliance doubts. Customers may feel that musyarakah mutanakisah is merely a conventional loan with Islamic terminology. This perception can reduce public confidence in Islamic banking products. For the solution, banks must ensure that they truly possess ownership and interest in the asset at all stages, not merely in form but in substance. The third issue involves legal challenges in national law. The cause is that most existing banking and property laws are designed based on conventional finance systems. These laws do not fully support partnership-based contracts such as musyarakah. The problem is that this creates legal uncertainty in Islamic contracts, especially in cases of disputes, defaults, or asset ownership. As a result, Islamic banks may face difficulties enforcing musyarakah contracts within the existing legal framework. For the solution, national banking policies and legal guidelines should be modified to support Islamic partnership principles, allowing musyarakah to operate effectively. The fourth issue is customer awareness and misunderstanding. The cause of this issue is that customers are often given unclear or limited explanations about how musyarakah mutanakisah works. The contract structure can be complex and not all customers have sufficient Islamic finance knowledge. The problem is that this leads to confusion and low trust among customers. When customers do not fully understand the product, they may hesitate to use Islamic financing or misunderstand their rights and obligations. For the solution, banks should provide simple and clear explanations of how musyarakah mutanakisah works, including rights, risks, and obligations. In conclusion, a musyarakah describes an Islamic form of partnership whereby all members have jointly contributed capital, share profits based on an agreed ratio, and bear losses according to capital contribution. Its permissibility as a form of SAC operation is justified under SAC rules, as there will be no undertaking on behalf of any party about capital and profit sharing. By and large, musyarakah establishes an ethical platforms for financing. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum.